Here on applause for one of our advanced students. Give it up for Miss Ellen Tarantino.
Good evening, everybody. I heard a lot of laughing out here, so it looks like you're having a good time. Yes, my name is Ellen Tarantino. That may sound a little bipolar. Ellen, kind of ha ha ha. And, you know, it's this low budget, so I have already used lottery tickets in the back. If anybody wants one. Or Tarantino. So you better laugh at me, or I might have to hurt you. Yeah. You know, I was injected by Italian 20 years ago by marriage. So if my arms start waving, I'm doing some crazy things like that, the Godfather made me do it. I'm actually originally from Michigan. Woo, some Michiganders out there. Oh, you got out of the polar vortex? Thank God. Thank you. Yeah, I grew up right here. Isn't that really cool that Michigan's the only state in the 50 states we have that is anatomically correct? Isn't that cool? And you can even add the UP. I know. Some of you men are saying, I can do Florida. I don't do dirty jokes. No. Traveling, yeah, I flew out here from Michigan to California. And hasn't traveling really changed in the last decade? Yeah. How many folks have a lot of travelers out there? Yeah. I'm sorry. Oh, I see Walt. Walt's coming up after. Walt, walking over from the Swallows Inn to here is wandering, not traveling. No, and Walt, he's over 75. God love him. You're going to have a great time with him. But anybody else over 75 in the crowd tonight? Ooh. Well, tell your parents that anyone over 75 can now travel and not have to take their shoes off during the security line. I think it's reverse age discrimination, personally. But TSA says it's because, you know, not because our seniors can't get down on the ground and take their shoes off. It's because they think it's bedtime. Marge, where's my lazy boy? Can you rub my corns? Oh, God, come on, Grim. And now you can actually pay to not go in the security line. Did you know that? For $100 and a 30-page application about your life story and an interview, you can skip the line. Yeah. So our seniors are now running to go do that. You know, because they hate waiting in line. But they're still taking their clothes off because nobody's asked them to do that for 30 years. Jeez Louise. Going through those baggage. I ain't gonna show you haircut. Oh, yeah. So you've all gone through that, right? So traveling has changed over the last decade. You know, before, a decade ago, if you had taken off your hat and your scarf and your belt and your shoes and started taking things out of your bag, you'd get arrested. Now you get to do that, get a full body scan and a pat down to boot. You know? And then, think about it. You just spent $100 to bypass that whole process. $100 a decade ago, you could go back and forth from San Francisco, and the only life story you had was the idiots sitting next to you. Right? Idiots, first-time travelers? Know any of them? They're the ones that are whining in line. I have to take my shoes off. I have to take my electronics out. I just got my cell phone. I have to take... You're going to take my liquids? Where the hell have you been for the last 10 years? Stupid. And inevitably, it's that same traveler that's getting on the airplane and the flight attendant, because they're the last ones on. They have no rights to be on there. And they're trying to stuff this oversized bag. Flight attendant gets on. Excuse me, sir, we'd have a better chance putting your body up in that overhead and strapping your bag down. Hand it over. Travelers. Yeah, thank you. You know what that is. Yeah. Our fine folks that work at the airports, TSA, do you know what that stands for? trained sexual assailants. I actually think that they should get some hazard pay for that, don't you? God, can you imagine what they're getting, seen? Jeez. Airport is the only place I've seen grandparents almost get arrested. Beep, 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 warning, warning, Will Robertson, warning, warning. Keep your hands up, keep your hands up.
Sorry. I just had hip replacement and double knees done.
Come on, sir. Bring your doctor's note next time. Sorry, everybody. Grandpa just made the meltdown. We're going to have you go down to the next gate. Keep moving them along. Oh, jeez. All right. Hate those first-time travelers. I love grandparents, though. Oh, I have met a lot of folks, very interesting folks, when I've traveled. I've even met the nutritionist from Pepsi-Cola. Isn't that like the plumber on the Titanic? We got a leak! Or like a Rhodes Scholar that's your cashier at the Barnes & Noble. I'd recommend Dr. Seuss. It has a nice cadence and it has a little bit of political satire. Or perhaps the Salmonier at your local Denny's, right? Would you like our favorite blush with that Grand Slam? Oh, you've changed your mind. The stack, the blush would also go well with that. It took so much time for you to decide what you wanted, and now you want lunch, and you're going to have a burger? We only have blush. Yeah, traveling. How many out there blame traveling for weight gain? Yeah, I do. Anything I can. I've been reading a lot of labels lately. Read labels on everything. They say to do that. It hasn't helped me any. I haven't lost any weight as a result of it. But I noticed when I was traveling, you need to also read the labels of the products you use. How many folks actually wash their hair when they're taking their shower? Do you shower? Okay, thank you. Well, actually, maybe you've read this. Because when I looked at it, I was like, oh my gosh. Extra body and volume. Don't do that. Take a bath, relax. So now when I travel, I actually use Febreze for my deodorant. I use those Shout because I can use it on my clothes and my dark spots. And I use Dawn dishwashing liquid because it dissolves fat. So that is why I have such a glowing personality. Thank you, everybody. Ellen Tarantino.
Ellen Tarantino!